There were lots of earthquakes that have been in this part of New Jersey. We had a magnitude 4.8 earthquake that was centered in the west central part of the state, almost due west of Manhattan and New York City, and it was felt all over the New England region, and also felt down to Washington, D.C. and Baltimore and past there, that area. Magnitude 4.8, damage starts around magnitude 5, so this is a significant earthquake, but I wouldn't expect much of any damage. 4.8 is relatively unusual. The largest magnitude normally in a given year is about a 3, 3.1, 3.2. The last time we had an earthquake that was this large or a little bit larger was actually in 2002 when there was an earthquake in northern New York State. That was a 5.0. So people very near the epicenter would hear a loud rumble, roar, and would feel the shaking very strongly, probably for 10 or 15 seconds. Further away, it would be a more mild shake that again would last about 15 seconds. I've seen reports from like Toronto and Niagara Falls, up through Maine in the north, and certainly down into the Carolinas in the south. So the earthquake was probably about, maybe 2.5 to 3 miles below the surface of the earth. And that's pretty typical for this area. Most of our earthquakes in New Jersey and in southern New England are between the surface and about 6 or 7 miles below the surface. So on a worldwide basis, that would be considered a very shallow earthquake. And so if you're very close to the epicenter, you get a pretty good shake from it. The shaking was weaker initially, and then the strongest shaking came in about 40 seconds later. And this would be the shaking that people would have felt here in the Boston area. Now, not everyone felt it. I didn't feel it here at Weston Observatory, but we're on rock. The people who would tend to feel the earthquake would be the ones who would be on like soft soil areas, like some of the landfill areas in Boston and in some of the river valleys, like the Sudbury River Basin. Those people would be more prone to feel the shaking. An earthquake of this size, about 15 or 20 minutes for the waves to die off, but that shaking is too weak for us to feel. Somewhere in New England, there's a felt earthquake about 3 to 6 times per year. Most of them are very small, just felt locally. To get to be of this size, it's probably a once every 20 or so year earthquake.